Hey everyone, we got a special show here because it's now regional selection day. And so we decided to do a quick little podcast on that to kind of set the stage for South Florida in the regional baseball playoffs here. The FHSAA, the Florida High School Athletic Association, on their YouTube channel at 2 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday, the 20th, announced this. If everyone wants to see the complete brackets, I encourage them to go to the FHSAA YouTube channel to see that show, to repeat it. Again, I'm going to focus on how it affects South Florida. We are pretty much Region 4, except for North Broward Prep. They are in Region 3 in 3A. And I'm gonna kind of take it from 1A to 7A. I'm going to kind of get right into it. But first, just a little bit about the regionals. It's going to be one game. One game. Last year, it was a best of 3. The quarterfinal round is going to be do or die. Winner go home. Winner moves on. Loser goes home. One game. But after this, it'll be best of 3. 2 out of 3. So that'll be for the regional semis and finals, all the way going towards the state baseball championship in Fort Myers in May, in like May 10th-ish, 13th-ish. We'll still a ways away. I don't have to know the specific dates. Let's start off. We're going to go with the, keep in mind, we have no one in rural classification. We have teams in South Florida. I will throw a couple of West Palm Beach teams in here too that are 1A through 7A. So we're going to start off with 1A. The number 1 seed is Miami Christian. They will play number 8 Highland Christian. The number 4 seed is Dade Christian. They will play number 5 Schoolhouse Prep. The winners of those two will face off in the, obviously, the regional semifinals the following week. Also, I believe all these games will be played Friday, but there might be Saturday mixed in. I don't know, but it sounds Friday sounds right, which allows the rain out day, if it rains Friday, to play these games on Saturday. Okay, let's take in 1A, Region 4. The number 2 seed is St. Edwards. They will play the number 7 seed, Jupiter Christian. The number 3 seed is Atlantic Christian. They will play number 6, Brito. Okay, now let's take it over to 2A. This is going to be exciting. 2A is going to be really jam-packed. It's going to be a lot of fun. The number 1 seed in 2A, Region 4, True North Classical Academy. And they will take on the number 8 seed, Archbishop Carroll. So 1 versus 8. 4 is going to play 5 here, and we got Palmer Trinity at 4. Number 5, Westminster Christian out of Miami is 5. Okay, the number 2 seed in the number 2 seed in 2A Region 4 will be St. John Paul II. They will play number 7 Florida Christian. The number 3 seed, this is going to be the fun one, folks, Chaminade Madonna will face number 6 NSU University School. This is a rematch of their very well played district championship game that was 8-7 walk-off win by the Lions, by Chaminade. They will play the rematch game, 1 game to move on, probably Friday. But again, the dates haven't been announced yet. So that's how it's looking in divisions, and classifications 1 and 2. Let's move on to Class 3A. This is where I'm going to get them right out of the way. Region 3, we have North Broward Prep. They are the number 2 seed. They will place number 7 seed, Coral Springs Charter. And that is pretty much handling our kind of local, Broward-ish type teams there. In 3A, Region 3, that's Region 3. 2 North Broward Prep versus number 7 Coral Springs Charter. So now let's look at 3A Region 4. We got the number 1 seed is St. Brendan. They will play the number 8 seed Miami Springs. Keep in mind, Miami Springs won the 3A state championship last year. Obviously, it's a different roster. Last year's team had a lot of seniors. The number 4 seed is I Matter Prep. They will play number 5, Miami Sunset. Now, let's move over to the other side of the bracket. The number 2 seed is Monsignor Pace. That's a fun team. This is going to be a really good game, folks. They got Monsignor Pace. They're playing number 7, Cardinal Gibbons. So that should be an interesting, fun game as well. Then the number 3 seed, Gulliver Prep, Jacob Lombard's team. We will see if Jacob Lombard, as a senior and projected very high draft pick, can take his game and his team all the way to Fort Myers. But first, they will have to get by the number 6 seed, Miami Killian. So that's what we got in 3A. And 3A should be really fun. Again, you know, that I'm really looking forward to seeing how that Pace Cardinal Gibbons game is. And obviously, everyone's going to wait and see if Gulliver Prep moves on. North Broward Prep's a powerhouse, but they are in a tough region with 3 because you got like that Calvary Christian out of Clearwater, which is like really, really good. They're in there. Like, they're going to have to get through that to get to Fort Myers. So that's how the 3A is looking as right now. Move on to 4A. 4A, again, this is going to be fun. American Heritage is in 4A. They're defending state 4A champs. But the 4A Region 4, the number 1 seed, to no surprise, Merritt Island. They will face the number 8 seed there, Jensen Beach. American Heritage is number 4 seed. They will take on the number 5 seed at home, Ugali. And obviously, if the favorites win, that sets up Heritage to face Merritt Island on the road, assuming the favorites win. Let's move to the other side of the bracket. The number 2 seed is Key West, and they will face the number 7 seed, Satellite Beach. The number 3 seed is Blinn Jesuit, and they will face number 6, Somerset Academy. That's going to be another really good one. You know, anytime you're facing a team that has John Mora, one of the best players in the state, and really one of the best players in the country, they are capable of pulling an upset. I honestly thought we could see a rematch of that district championship game where Heritage just beat Somerset Academy 6-4, and that game got close in the 7th inning with Somerset scoring like 3 or 4 runs. 3 runs, I think it was, in the 7th inning to close the gap. Interesting, too, in 4A is I believe Blinn Jesuit beat Key West in the district championship game, but did not move the needle in terms of the seeding. And Key West held on to number 2, and they will play number 7, Satellite Beach. Let's move on to 5A, because 5A will be interesting. The number 1 seed, Matter Academy Charter. So you know, we talked a little bit on the Curtain Call podcast the other day about Matter Academy Charter playing without one of their key players in the district tournament. Some rumblings over eligibility. Apparently and hopefully that's resolved favorably. We want to see these schools have their best players, and we obviously don't want to see anything that you know, we don't want anything that jeopardizes eligibility of players and teams, and let them settle it on the field. But Matter Academy Charter, they are the number 1 seed. They are the defending 5A state champs, and they will play host to number 8 Atlantic. The number 4 seed is Okeechobee. They will play number 5 seed, Hialeah. So again, that sets up, you know, Matter Academy, the 1 and 4 can face if they win. They will face each other in the semifinals the following weekend. Let's move on to the other half of that bracket in 5A. Archbishop McCarthy, they will be the number 2 seed. They will play at home against number 7, Sebastian River. And then number 3 seed, Pembroke Pines Charter. Congratulations to the Jaguars. They and McCarthy played a great district championship game with McCarthy holding on 6-5, I believe, was the final of that game. But that did not affect the rankings. They stayed 2 and 3. So Pembroke Pines Charter will be playing at home against South Fork, the number 6 seed. So that concludes 5A. 5A is going to be fun because you got, like I said, McCarthy's really hitting their stride. That's a young team that's kind of grown up right now. Like I tell parents and kids, if you had a bunch of juniors on your team, They're basically not juniors anymore or sophomores on your team. They've all grown up. They're a grade higher. Most of these teams have played over 20 games. They are playing at, a much higher level than they did back in January, February when the season was just getting started. So now's the time to put up, and these teams have been. And that kind of wraps up 5A. Moving on to 6A. 6A. Again, another great classification. The number one, to no surprise, the number one overall seed is the defending 6A state champion, St. Thomas Aquinas Raiders. Congratulations to the Raiders. Great season. Arguably the best team in Broward County. But that's all moot. That's just my opinion. But they are certainly one of the best teams, if not the best team. They will play the number 8 seed, Ida Baker. That's number 8. Number 4, Braddock out of Miami will play number 5, West Boca Raton. Should be a fun game. This is another interesting one. The number 2 seed, Doral Academy. Now keep in mind, Doral did not win their district championship, but it did not affect their seeding. They still will stay number 2. They lost to Southridge, but did not affect the seedings for Doral. Only thing it did was mean they weren't going to unseat St. Thomas Aquinas. But Doral Academy will play at home against Flanagan, the number 7 seed. Flanagan, they can score some runs now. That offense is going. Its key will be the pitching. I think they had a 15-5 game against St. Thomas Aquinas. So they scored runs against St. Thomas, but gave up a bunch. But seemingly everybody gives up a bunch to St. Thomas Aquinas. But Flanagan, the Falcons go on the road in clearly a hitter's ballpark at Doral Academy. Should be a fun game. And then the number 3 seed will be Southridge, who won their district, and the number 4 seed they will place number 6 seed, not 4 seed, 6 seed, Coral Springs. So that's how the 6A classification will shape up. Boom, now on to 7A. 7A, the largest classification, the one that should be very interesting because, again, I've said it all year, we've got 3 schools that can go to Fort Myers very realistically. And it was going to be a question, who would be the number 1 seed overall? Columbus, I believe, was higher ranked at some point on the Max Prep site. But Stoneman Douglas has a really good resume, and they went out west into that Bishop Gorman out in Las Vegas and played very well out there. So here we go. The number 1 seed in 7A, the Stoneman Douglas Eagles, the 5-time defending state champs, will again be in a prime position because they are set up to play every round at home. So Stoneman Douglas, they will open up as number 1 seed in 7A, and they will face Coral Glades, the number 8 seed. Again, one and done. Obviously, when you got Gio Rojas, you love your chances in one and done games. And Gio did his thing in the district championship game against Western. I think he struck out like 7 or something like that and gave up 2 hits in a 6-0 shutout. Okay, now the number 2 seed, Columbus, the Explorers. They will face number 7, South Dade. And it's setting up, folks. The number 3 seed is West Broward. The number 6 seed, they will face the number 6 seed, Western. We got rivals there, West Broward against Western. These, keep in mind, they used to be in the same district. No more. Now they're in different districts, but in same regional. They will play one and done in a, afternoon game because there's no lights at West Broward. So that will be a heavyweight matchup, and I believe I will go see that game. Although we will see. We will see how it goes. That's a day game. It allows me to go to a night game as well. But that's going to be the game. That's going to be the really fun game for me watching, West Broward against Western. Douglas and Columbus should both take care of business fairly easily. We'll make note of a Region 3 7A team. Jupiter High is the number 3 seed. They will play the number 6 seed, Palm Beach Central. I mentioned Jupiter because they were in the 7A state championship game last year against Stoneman Douglas. They are coached by Joe Jamuli, who used to be at Taravella, among other schools down here in the Broward County. So That's going to be a lot of fun. Again, I've talked a lot about 7A. I think that's between. I think it's interchangeable. Douglas, Columbus, and West Broward. Obviously, if you're doing a one game, you have to like Gio Rojas and the Douglas Eagles in a one game. Best of three. And we'll dive into it more after this, meaning next week, because the best of three is set up for everyone plays one game on Friday and potentially two on Saturday in the best of three in the higher seed. So unlike last year where the higher seed got the first two games, and if a third game was needed, they would travel to the lower seed. We didn't really have many of them. We did actually have a West Broward-Columbus matchup that shaped up that way. But this year, it will be the higher seed will enjoy the home field advantage in the best of threes, which will be the semifinals and finals of regional play. We're not there yet. We right now are one and done, and that's the way we like it, because show up or go home, right? That's what's on the line. So, again, I encourage everyone that could get the complete brackets on the FHSAA. See, I'm giving them a little love. I'm wearing their hat today. In their bracket release show, this is my ManOn2nd, customized for our South Florida audience, our teams and how they should shape up. And I'll be out there. I haven't completely figured out where I'll be. I have to see the times and so forth, but at least it'll give me a chance to see two games on Friday. And if they're blowouts early, I may even get a third game. I may just bounce around. So I'm going to do a few more of these type of things to try to express, and tell people what's going on as we kind of wrap the season up. And the playoffs are exciting, folks. Again, that two-way rematch between Chaminade Madonna and NSU University School should be a battle. And I may not see that game, or maybe I will. Who knows? I can be everywhere. Sometimes I have that ability. But thanks, everyone, tuning in. Please like, subscribe, do all those fun things that makes your experience on this channel, the ManOn2nd channel, all worthwhile for me. And hopefully I'm giving you guys the information that you are looking for. Should be a fun playoffs, regionals, I should say, quarterfinal rounds. Good luck to all the teams, all the players. Bring it, and we'll be bringing it to you after the results come in. With that, we'll check everybody out in the next video. Boom.